Robbie, Nuno's Tottenham, what they're going to look like?
Well, all the talk's been about Harry Kane, Rebecca, but it's a big game for Nuno in charge of a Big Six club. And it's interesting, Rob, in terms of how I think Nuno will play. His best couple of seasons at Wolves were when Wolves were a little bit passive, allowed the opposition to have the ball, but looked to win it back. And it's how they're going to win the ball back that's, I think, an important thing. Just knock me on to number two. So let's just say in a game-like situation, there's three ways you can win it back. By the first trigger being one of your own players. So by that, I mean one of the players, usually a front player, sets the trigger. Let's just say in this case it's Lucas. Lucas might be the trigger that the moment he closes down Mendy with pace and aggression, Dele goes in, locks on, Sonny locks on, Bergwijn locks on, and midfield players now get in those kind of positions where once or twice in the game, they might want to nick it off City and get to goal. If you don't use one of your own players, sometimes you use one of the opposition players as the trigger. And by that, I mean, you look across this back line and you think, who's probably the least comfortable on the ball? Who might be erratic and give the ball away? I'd probably say Kyle Walker. You know, as good a player, as good a defender as he is, he's often the one who can sometimes be a bit loose in possession. So, in this occasion, we'd lock on in all those positions and almost say maybe to Edison when he gets the ball, throw it out there. Bergwijn would sit off. We'd almost encourage the ball to go there. The moment it does, that becomes now the next trigger. Bergwijn goes, we lock in, midfield players lock in. And again, can we win that ball in that area of the pitch? That's been quite brave because we might get outplayed in midfield. So a typical situation, just knock me on to three here, might be this is what we'll see from Spurs. Defending deep.
Drop back. Quite
compact. And then I always think this area in the pitch, so about 20 to 40 yards away. This area in there, Rob, becomes key. And all we're looking for at the right time is a Højbjerg, is a Skip or a Lo Celso or a Sissoko if they're in there. N'Golo Kante's the master of it. Nicking a ball in midfield, Rob, where you step in to win the ball and then there's two important things that have to happen. Can you play either into your front man to get the attack going, or can you play and exploit the spaces that City might have left as they've come forward? And we know City like to get players on the ball. So Nuno Spurs, I think, will be cautious and sit back and look to nick the ball from deep. But once or twice, let's look for who and where they win the ball back.
All very well, good and said and done, Robbie Earle, but they've got a new man, Manchester City, $139 million, Jack Grealish. How is he going to fit into this team?
Big question.
And that's what I'll quickly look at here. Kind of a general Man City shape and a general team that we're going to see this season. 4-2-3-1. Kevin De Bruyne, Rob, is out injured right now. So there you go. An opportunity today, if Pep wants to put him in, to play him in the side. Can he play as a number 10, as his name suggests? Absolutely right. So you could totally see this shape, 4-2-3-1, with him playing in right here. More of a common shape for Pep with this City side, and all his teams, to be fair, is 4-3-3. So then you have a holding player, and you have the two number 8s, if you like. Again, these could switch sides. Probably going to see that. And then your three up front, of course, play a little higher. This, again, is a situation that Jack could do. A little bit more concerning defensively. If he gets caught up, then it's a bit more work for Rodri to try and cover him. You know, if he gives the ball away in bad areas, that could be a problem. But that's a role he could absolutely play. But he's a dribbler, Rob, and he can take on the last guy really well. So the top line is really where you'd rather see him. So you could see Foden dropping into midfield and Jack Grealish playing in his best position there, where he can have a dribbler on these outside areas. That would be very, very good as well. Now, there's other players on the bench, Rob. Talked about De Bruyne. Raheem Sterling could also be in this team as well. False number 9 there, Rob. Yeah, could have Jack Grealish there. Again, these could switch around. So this will be a way that you're getting everybody out there. Again, Kevin De Bruyne could play in this position right here. So there's so many ways that Jack could be integrated into the side. Of course, you could do that. You could switch over sides between
just good
the
options,
wide players.
Good options anywhere you want him, really, in some respect.
Yeah, and there's one more that we kind of discussed about, Rob, that what you might also see him is the false 9.
Yeah, I just wondered, listen, if they don't get Kane, Rob, does Jack Grealish, his skill base, give him a perfect position to play as this number 9? He's clever and will join in with midfield players. He attracts attention and he wins your free kicks and fouls.
Yeah, and he's so great at keeping the ball. And that's the whole point with Pep, with this striker. Jesus sometimes is a little clumsy. He can hold the ball. He can, of course, he attracts those free kicks. Playing as a false 9 would be in here, a good area for the free kick takers to come and do their thing. So fascinating to see how it works out. Big game today, Rebecca. Both teams could do with 3 points to start their season. Let's see how it pans out.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe. Make sure you subscribe to watch highlights all season long and join us at the weekend at 7 a.m. Eastern on NBCSN for Premier League mornings, and sign up for Peacock Premium, where you'll have access to 175 exclusive live games all season long.